Hello and welcome to episode 220 of NOLA Time. My name is Obed Velez, and with me is Mario's third brother, Mr. Joel Young.
I'll gladly join that family. I'm glad you remembered the episode number, man, because I did not
You
remember
lost track.
which one were we on. Sorry,
220. Sorry.
220.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Well, the
that's
only
that,
the only way I remembered it was because I was fixing the YouTube stream because it's been neglected for the last
oh,
couple episodes, and I saw that the last one that we successfully were able to stream on YouTube was 218. So I just went off of
quick
that.
math.
I just went off of that. You know what? I could be wrong. I think we're still, 5 years in, we still have no idea what we were doing.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
do,
we just go with it.
yeah, we do sound much better than we did back in, bro. So
Ooh.
last week I went back and listened to episode 0, and like I think it was episode like 24 or something like that. Oh, it was rough. It was rough. It was rough.
I was
Uh,
so
so,
awkward.
yeah, I think we really came like we came into the podcast shoes, I guess, when we started doing the video. Because when we started doing the video, like you can tell that we got much better at it. So
And it was kind of like a phone call before that too. I mean, the
yeah,
quality sound that way, but even the way we were recording them, right?
yeah,
So it does make it does make a difference when you can see the person you're having a
yeah,
conversation
yeah.
with.
You can you
It
can feel
is
the
quite
chemistry
different.
better, and
Yeah,
you can see the
yeah.
person that you're talking to. That really helps, right? You would think that would help. But Joel, we're going to dispense with the pleasantries because we do have a lot to cover today. But how are you, man? What's up?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I got one big update. Very small independent movie came out last week since we last recorded. By the name of The Batman. Anyone ever heard of The Batman? I don't
I
know.
don't know
No, guys, it's a
who
big
that.
movie. I went ahead and got to see it last week, Friday, so the day after we recorded last week's episode, which is why you might have thought, hey, wouldn't you have talked about it last week? Because it was the day it came out. No, I saw it the day after. Had a really good time. Went to got Little Caesars. They had that Little Caesars Batman pizza
Oh, the calzone pizza.
calzone
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was pretty good. It was actually pretty good. I went
Yeah.
and got
You
that
know what?
beforehand.
Little Caesars for still being, technically $5 pizza. This is what 5.55,
Yep.
right, for their cheap pizza.
Yep.
It's pretty decent, man. Like
It's
I've
a
had
pizza's a pizza.
I've had worse pizza, and I've paid more. I've paid more for worse pizza. Let's say that. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
that's fair. That is fair. A pizza's a pizza, right, Obed? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Even when it's
But
mediocre, it's still good. It's
still
like,
pizza,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
No, but I mean, no, it was pretty good. I just it was fun. Long story short, it just so happened that there was a some kind of coupon deal thing that I had that it worked out, and I didn't realize, put two and two together, got the calzone fun. Anyways, got this no, about the movie, which is what people really want to hear about. Um, I'm not gonna get into spoilers because Obed, you have not seen it. I know
I'm
there are
not.
many people who still haven't seen it. There's a lot of people that still haven't seen the movie, and the
Yeah,
movie did really good. I mean, it
did
got
really
about
good.
120, 130 mil around that range over last weekend. Yeah, so non-spoiler reactions here. Right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I said to you when I messaged you right after I saw the movie. Uh 8.5 out of 10 for me. Um Probably leaning more towards a 9 if I had to say. As I've digested it, right? But I'll stick to my number 8.5 out of 10. Um Great movie. Absolutely great. I mean, they what I loved about this movie, the tone. Like you always hear people say, Batman's dark, Batman's dark. No, this, I mean, as I think about it more and more, this is up there. This may be the darkest Batman we've ever seen. Like, and I'm not just talking about like aesthetically, right? Like that's a part of it, but just the entire the
Not
entire
because the movie takes mostly place at
at
night, but
night.
yeah,
Yeah, literally the whole movie's at night, dude.
yeah.
There's like barely any daylight scenes, and even the daylight looks like it's about to get dark in any minute. Anyways, so yeah, dark, very dark. And I mean that in a good way, very very reverent of Gotham. Like, it it's a movie that like you instantly know what scene you're in. Like you didn't feel like you had to kind of get like adjusted to the world they put you in, and it's very very accurate. Probably it might be the most accurate Gotham I've ever seen, to be honest with you. Like it felt like I was reading straight out the books. Like all the people were writing their roles and everything going on, and the opening scene. Oh my goodness, Obed, the opening scene of this movie, so good, bro. Like it jumps from one thing to another. Like it feels like a prelude to some sense, right? Like this introductory thing. Oh my goodness, dude, captures your attention right off the bat.
Nice.
Really, really love that. You know, there's the costume I mentioned beforehand that it felt very awkward to me. In the movie, it really worked a lot better than I looked at in the trailers.
And we'll talk about something that looks very awkward when it's still and looks better in motion.
Yes,
we'll talk about it in a minute. So,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and we haven't talked about it, and we haven't talked about it, and you know what I'm, yeah,
I know
and
exactly
you know what it
what
is.
you're talking about. Yep. So yeah, like in motion and in the movie and when the way it all goes, like that, I will admit I was wrong about that. Costume's fine. Totally fine. You know, Catwoman, really good. To me, Obed, what the standout performance of this movie, and I know not many people might think of this, but for me was Penguin. Like
that's what I heard.
So good in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, like he should have been very like most. If you would have told me before Penguin's gonna be a movie, it would have been goofy. It would have been like, oh, it's the little man like jokes and like he's
Danny
this little like
DeVito,
Birdman, Danny DeVito, and even Danny DeVito didn't do a terrible job when you really think about
excellent.
it.
Excellent.
Yeah, he gave it personality.
Yeah.
But like, it just could seem like out of touch with 2022, a superhero movie.
Oh yeah,
trying to be realistic.
Yeah.
But this, I'm telling you, he stole the show when he was on the scenes, for me at least. I would argue, because of how people have had their complaints about how the final act comes together, which was okay. It was to me, it didn't fall apart at all. But I would argue the movie could have easily let him actually be the main villain. Like Riddler's cool, but I think he could have been way more. And when you get to that car scene that everyone sees in the trailer, best scene of the movie. I mean, that scene is just, you're going to be zoned in. Even the Batmobile, I felt that, it looked okay beforehand, but when you watch it instantly on screen, you're like, that might be one of the best Batmobiles I've ever seen.
Interesting.
And bold statements. I mean, bold statements. Now, what I've said all that to say, I really like the movie. I think it's really good. Now, I have things I don't like about it, Obed.
Okay.
I there's things that I felt very strongly about with this movie. First off, I mean, let's talk about the Batman, right? Robert Pattinson is totally fine as Batman. Bruce Wayne, terrible. I mean, what they were doing with him played into the tropes, dude. Of like that, like the tropes of what people were saying, like, oh, it's Twilight Boy. Like he literally, to me, was acting like a vampire. Like, even some of the shots and the way he carries himself. It makes sense for some moments. I'm not going to say all of it doesn't work, Obed.
Okay.
But when you understand that there's supposed to be a distinguish between Batman, who his true self is, and Bruce Wayne is the real fake, you would expect to see a distinction. And there is zero distinction, Obed. He is the same brooding person the whole time when he's Bruce Wayne and when he's Batman.
Okay.
And some people say, oh, that's because it's his first year. I didn't take it that way.
Well, I
took it that this is the way that they...
We can go back to Christian Bale, right? And he was able to pull off both excellently.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, and even going back to Michael Keaton too, like when he was Bruce Wayne, he was very charismatic and sense of humor, and then totally different. He was Batman.
Serious. Yeah, he was gonna bust your face in like this the whole time.
So this is like Batman 100%, like all the time.
He's Batman 100%, and like kind of looked like he was, like he kind of looked like a vampire, like most of the movie. I'm not gonna be like I would, and I think it can be fixed. Like I'm talking about this movie in particular. I'm not like canceling it by any means. I just said I really like this movie. So when people hear me say my complaints about this movie, they think like, oh, that means you didn't like it. No, I really like this movie, man. Like it's really good. But like you watch Tenet, right?
I haven't watched Tenet yet
Okay,
because it's
gotta
a
watch
long
Tenet.
movie. And I have to like make
Family.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
When you get a chance, watch it.
Okay.
Especially you got surround sound, dude. It'd be great. When you get a chance, watch Christopher Nolan's Tenet. Pattinson in that role was more Bruce Wayne than Bruce Wayne is in this movie. Like, that
Okay.
would have been more perfect. The way he's
Okay.
the man in the suit and he's kind of like a detective-ish kind of looking guy. Like that would have been more cool. But we don't get that at all in the movie. So that was it was very, very apparent. And then there's a lot of scenes you get like that because although this movie has phenomenal action scenes, I mean, just perfect, you don't have as much action as you might think. Like you don't see him do as much. It's a very long movie. You don't get as much action. The action scenes you do get are phenomenal, but you get a lot more Bruce Wayne than you might have originally thought you signed up for. And so that's why that was I mentioned it because it's very obvious.
Okay.
And then that leads me to the next thing that I didn't like. The movie's too long, man. And you would have thought, oh, this is really cool, 3 hours, like it's got to be like a great immersive experience. The writing is fine. It just feels like they just kept writing. Like it felt like they just like
Okay.
I feel like old man trying to tell you a story. Like he's not getting to the point like the way he could have. So it's not that what you have is unimportant. Like it's not like they don't waste time with scenes. Every scene works. I don't want to say that's too long, like it doesn't work.
So you're gonna
but
like
it just feels like it's prolonged.
okay, because Snyder Cut
Yeah.
was longer than that, right?
Well,
Three and a
Snyder
half.
Cut's like four
What?
and a half hours. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 3.5, almost 4 hours. Um, but it doesn't feel like
No,
it's getting like over, like it doesn't overstay its welcome, basically.
not at all.
Yeah,
Because I think
interesting.
Snyder
Okay.
understands the heart of a hero so well. Like when you think about like his Man of Steel and his writing
Mm-hmm.
on the first Wonder Woman movie, and then like you're talking about these other ones, like he gets like this hero journey very, very well. Where with this one, it's like you have those scenes that you get that push, and then you get like a slowdown. Like it changes gears,
I
and
see.
I'm okay. I don't think I don't think it's bad. It's just when you see it, trust me, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like if you try and watch it in one sitting, you're like, wow, this is a long movie.
Okay.
It feels long.
Got
So
it.
yeah, and then I think that's where people have the problems with the ending of the movie because it's like you sit for so long, but you're thinking, but wait until I get that epic
So it's
end
kind of like
scene,
it's kind of like
and
a
then you
game
don't
that
get that scene.
it's kind of like a game. It's like okay, let's go do the final thing, and then the
Right.
final thing. It's an extra 5 hours of game time. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
like you're thinking you're thinking all this long time. Okay, that must mean that the end's gonna really pay off, and then you get to the end, and it's like very like certain things are happenstance that go on. You're not really fighting the main villain. I don't want to get into stuff, but you're not
Okay,
like
okay. No,
things
yeah.
happen that you're like, okay, sure, cool, because I think it's so cinematic that it's very cool.
Okay.
Man, there's scenes I can't wait to talk to you about. We'll definitely have to get back into this when you see it.
Yeah,
It's coming
no,
on
for
HBO
sure.
Max coming up next month. So I'm going to be watching it again, Obed, probably within the next week and a half.
Okay.
But yeah, I like it, guys. Do I think like people are coming out saying it's the best Batman ever? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. It isn't. Is it up there? It could be in the top three. It could be in
Okay.
the top three, man.
Okay.
I would argue that like this one and Rises, like it could be in that world for me.
All right.
Each their own, but I don't think it passes The Dark Knight. I think that movie is cinematic perfection.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. It's on my list, but I'm picking my battles, right? Because I really
Yeah.
want to go see Doctor Strange, and we're planning on going to see Sonic next month. So, I'm picking my battles when it comes to going to a movie theater. But I did watch 2 movies, Joel. One movie has no right to be as good as it actually was. It was Free Guy.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
It was really good.
Oh yeah,
It was really good.
that's a really good movie.
Man, the stupid movie was so good. It had so much charm and heart. I was like, man, this is so. The only thing that took me out of the movie, right? It's you know what it is, right? It's like this technology doesn't work like that. It's like, no, the games don't. No, this doesn't work like
Smashing the
this.
server
No,
and it's
yeah.
gonna slowly crash.
It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I
bro, are
know,
you
I know.
kidding me? Are you just gonna unplug your server, like destroy your server and lose like millions of dollars?
Right.
It's like it's nonsensical, right? When it
This,
comes to
yeah,
like
yeah.
like the technical aspect of it,
Yes.
it's absolutely nonsensical.
Right.
But the movie itself was really good.
Yes.
A lot of heart, a lot of cool references to pop culture and gaming, and uh, you know uh, you can tell the Disney scenes that got added. Uh,
Yes. Very obvious.
they're obvious. Like, like you can tell which scenes were added after Disney bought Fox, and
Yeah.
even with that, Dan, it's like I was surprised that I really enjoyed it a ton, and it was a good time. So
Yeah, I've been wanting to bring that one up to you because I knew that was a good one, and I'm glad you got to see it because I know
yeah,
people such as ourselves would appreciate some of the things done
yeah.
there. And they got they use gaming stereotypes and tropes, but not in like in a bad way. They use it in
No,
a fun way.
and
Like
very
they use
in a positive way. Like they bring it out as a means of people interacting with each other,
right.
which is like, um, you know, the anti trope, which is the 400-pound guy in the basement playing World
Yes.
of Warcraft by
Yes.
himself and not talking to anyone. So they brought it was like everyone plays and everyone is. So I really appreciate it. I really
Then the,
do.
the the girl is playing as this really huge guy, and like it's like little kids like playing as these
Yeah, the little girl
characters and stuff.
playing and
Yeah.
dropping f bombs, and it
Right.
does. Yeah, yeah.
Like it's
It's
different than people might perceive, but like done
yeah,
in a really, really fun way.
yeah.
Obed, Tsunami, was that not Konami?
Bro, that's so on the nose, dude. Tsunami.
That was Konami,
It
bro.
was Konami. Yeah, 100%, 100%, 100%. Actually, you know what?
Stole Kojima's game.
And bro, they stole
He
the
just wants his
engine.
game back.
They stole the engine. Like
Yeah.
Konami, Konami basically stole the Fox engine from Kojima.
Yeah.
And then they started using it for other crap, and then fired Kojima, dude, or Kojima quit or whatever.
Which,
It was like super on the nose.
yeah,
Like whoever wrote it, right, knew like
they knew.
like the Kojima Konami stuff, right? And we'll talk Konami in a minute. It's in the docket, so we'll talk about it. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Also,
Sequel's coming.
oh really? Nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, cool, cool. Um, and watch West Side Story. Um,
Okay. Saw that one too.
that was interesting. I gotta say, like West Side Story, right? I'm not a frou-frou, uh, uh, what's it call it, drama movie guy. I'm not, right. Um, I know the historical value, especially for Puerto Ricans, that West Side
Oh, sure.
Story has, right? And I never watched the original, so I watched it with the wife.
Oh.
Wife was like she didn't understand where the movie was going, right? I had to explain to her. I was like, well, this is like, dude, this is like, I don't know if you caught it, but this is like a retelling of Romeo and Juliet. And she didn't get it until the ending. I was like,
Mm.
I was like, yeah, it's like that's what it is. So, um, I don't have much to say about it. It was good. Very, I mean, Spielberg, right? But
Yeah.
like, it was so well shot, dude.
Oh yeah.
Immaculate, immaculate.
Oh
It
yeah.
was really good. Also, like to
No
me,
subtitles. Spielberg made the decision to have no subtitles for this
no, for the
movie.
Spanish, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Um, it would two things of note, at least for me, right? I think that other than the cinematography and the shots and everything, the I guess the technical aspect of shooting a movie, which was like I said, phenomenal. I think the choreography was like spot on, and I'm not I'm not a dancing guy. Like I don't watch any dancing anything.
You play Just Dance, right?
Yeah, my daughter plays Just Dance, but it's like I don't know. I don't know. I don't engage in such activities. So that but it was very good. Very good. One thing that was to me very interesting, Joe, and this is like not even like like a younger Puerto Rican would get, right? But like the first song they sing in the movie is the separatist anthem, Puerto Rican anthem. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know this.
that
Wow.
song is like that song was banned for like 30 years, dude, in the island.
Wow.
Cause like that was associated with like terrorist attacks that separatists were doing around the island and in the US. So it's
Wow.
yeah. So that was very interesting. And I know, right? Cuz I knew people that were separatists when I was back in college, right? That whole thing really died off in the last 20 years.
Sure.
But it was still big. It was still big in the 90s. And I was like, "Oh man, they're singing
They brought back a
the
canceled song.
separatist anthem." And I told my wife, I was like, "I haven't heard that since college, cause college, right?" So, yeah, yeah. But yeah, it was very interesting to hear that song in the movie, very unexpected, and I was like, it's a true Puerto Rican deep cut right there, cause not a lot of people would get that, but yeah, I mean, from again, it was Spielberg, and it was very good. It was very
Mm,
good. So, not much to
very
say
nice.
there. I'm not gonna talk about anything else, and we'll talk about Obi-Wan right now, Joe, because
Hello there.
we have what started as simple pictures from Entertainment Weekly turned out to be an entire day of Obi-Wan. And pictures are great. We got a picture of Vader today. I don't know if you saw that.
Yep, I saw
Yep.
that one.
So, I mean, Vader's Vader. Not much to say there, but it is, confirmed Hayden Christensen and that shot wearing the Vader costume. But Joe, yesterday morning, right? I was at work. I was in the office. We went back to the office again this week, and I was in the office, and I had my random like Spotify playlist. It was the morning, right? And Battle of the Heroes comes up because I have it on
Oh
my
yeah.
playlist, and I was like,
Yep.
man, they better have this song in the Obi-Wan show. And the trailer pops, and I was like, you did it, you did it. So okay, holy crap, man! I was shaking when I finished watching it, and I was shaking. I just had to go for a walk, and I was like, whew, man, it's like it was everything I hoped it would be. Now I'm hoping that it is it is as good as this trailer was. Um, I'm just very excited and very very happy because I said it before. Obi-Wan is my favorite Star Wars character. We talked about it a million times years ago when we first started the podcast. So, um, oh, I don't know where to start because it's like everything was perfect. Okay, let's talk about the Grand Inquisitor. Let's talk about that because that seems to be the I guess the point of contention between most people. Um, and I'm gonna give you the Batman costume thing because that shot that when you first see him, I think the angle and the lighting is not good for the character design. When you see him again, interrogate him who could potentially be Rex, because you know what,
Could
um,
be.
he looks way better on that other shot. So that's all I gotta say about it. I'll judge it when I see it. So, um, okay. So is the dude with a DL-44 blaster, is that Obi-Wan or is that Solo? Because this movie takes place a year after Solo. Solo's with Chewie doing crap around, and smuggling and stuff. Is this
On,
is this Solo from the movie Solo? Is it the actor back from Solo?
yeah, yeah. The first time I watched it, didn't catch it. Then I started seeing people post things online, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks like exactly like, and that shot is perfect, right? Like that alleyway shot specific.
Uh huh.
So honestly, Obed, I think Solo's back in this. I think we've been misguided because in Boba Fett there was very strong rumors that Solo was going to show up in that show.
Mm-hmm.
I believed it. I believed it. I believed it. Maybe I was wrong. I was not wrong about the character. I was wrong about the show. And maybe
Yeah.
everything that I was hearing and believing was the wrong one. Maybe it wasn't Boba Fett. Maybe it was really supposed to be in Obi-Wan. And now
Mm-hmm.
you put things together, timeline, rumors, Harrison Ford signing over certain rights. I think you could put things together and say it's inevitable. So why not have it be him? It makes sense.
Here's the thing. So there's in one of those shots, there's like a fairy alien. Did you see him? Is he there for like a second, like 1 second? And one could assume that that's Chewie, right? And it's the same planet where that shootout in the alleyway and whatnot take place, which could potentially be Solo. It could be Obi-Wan. We don't know, right? If you go to A New Hope, when like Obi-Wan went to look for Chewie in Mos Eisley because he knew
him.
He knew Chewie, and it was like, yeah, Chewbacca here can hook us up. And then Solo comes in and is like, oh yeah, I'm the captain of the Falcon. So maybe he'll meet Chewie, but not meet Solo. And since Chewie, Yoda had good relations with the Wookiees.
I was just about to say that.
He's a Jedi. He can feel it, right? And Chewie helps him or something. Bro, I'm so excited. The stinking show and the stinking music got me so hyped. And then that remix of Duel of Fates was awesome. And then, I was not expecting to see the is it the fifth brother? From Rebels, which Darth Maul Darth Maul gets got.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna be in it. The Grand Inquisitor I did not know was gonna be in it. That was news to me.
Oh, really? I knew. Okay.
Yeah, I did not. So I guess for us it was reversed. We knew different Inquisitors.
Yep.
This character Riva, being a new Inquisitor. That was interesting because when she was cast, people thought she was going to be a Jedi because I guess she posted on social media something like "I wield a lightsaber" or something like that.
But we don't know which color, right?
We didn't know which color, right? It's like, oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
One of those is going to be that choice.
Yeah.
So what the rumors have said beforehand of supposedly his mission would be around Leia and him having to protect her. It would make sense. That would be one of the few things to get him to leave Tatooine. Like he would. Obi-Wan's a faithful. This is the reason why he's both of our favorite characters, because this guy is true to the Jedi Order to the end, right? And if they told him you got to stay on Tatooine, he was not like, if it was Anakin, you told him, a young Anakin would have gone and did whatever he wanted. Okay. Obi-Wan, on the other hand, if they told him to stay there, he stays put to the day he dies. But he would leave if Bail Organa said, I'm in trouble. So this one scene that we keep talking about in this trailer, and this kind of looking like Hong Kong looking setting or something, like clearly something very important is going on that is driving him out of his town.
Okay. So I just did a quick fact check on the on here for Jedi Fallen Order. So, because it happened already. I thought it was kind of like around the same time. Jedi Fallen Order actually takes place 4 years prior to Obi-Wan. So Trilla is dead. The other sister's dead, right?
Right.
Cal Kestis has the holocron, or what was it, a holocron, right? Well, he destroyed it, but right. Who does Obi-Wan leave taking care of Luke while he goes away, right? I think we'll probably see Cal Kestis in this show too.
Would love that. Would absolutely love that.
And he knows what's up with the Inquisitors, and he's been to the Inquisitors, which we see. It's like, are you kidding me? They're gonna go there too. It's amazing. I love it. It's like this was like made for. So here's how you bridge the gap, right? This is how you bring new Star Wars fans in, meaning the animation kids, like kids that watch Rebels, right? That grew up watching Rebels and now are, maybe a little bit older. Same with Clone Wars, right? This is how you bridge it. Bring Obi-Wan from OG, right? And mix it with the animated shows. And that's how you make something for both the newer generations and the old school guys, or, and gals. So, was it that hard? Probably not. You know, I don't want to step on eggshells here, Joel. But
you know,
I don't want to step on eggshells. But clearly, clearly they either listened to fan feedback from the sequel trilogy, or they were able to just do this at the beginning, and the sequel trilogy was just a thing that they did because they just wanted to do it, and they just wanted to make it for like the new guys or the new fans.
See, but they did bridge in the new movies,
yeah,
because they had in Luke Skywalker and Han Solo.
No,
that's the thing. They
but
the story just wasn't done in a way that we would have been more obvious and more respectful. That's probably the phrase.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
You can have Obi-Wan and have these other guys there, but if it's not respectful, and we're hoping, right, when we watch this is gonna pay off. And I think it will.
Kid Luke's there, so you know that.
Yeah, like that's the point, I think, in it, right? Like, take the two worlds, put them together, respect one another. It doesn't mean that the new is better than the old and the old is better than the new. It just means that they're both awesome. And why can't they both be awesome? Why does one have to be dumbed down and the other one has to be magnified? Like, people love both of these and they should be able to coexist in that. Absolutely. It's Star Wars, for crying out loud. So I think what they're doing here, Obed, like, I didn't expect such a hard Rebels connection specifically.
Yeah.
And it feels like this is going to be one of those shows that, like, we had this happen with Mandalorian, we had this happen with Boba Fett, where people are like, who's this person? Like, why are people? It's like, you don't understand.
Yeah.
We're getting payoff for the hours we spent watching what people thought was Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah.
to see the really epic stuff that they've done.
So, and that's the thing. Like, we don't. Like, right off the bat, we know that the Grand Inquisitor is not gonna die. We know that the fifth brother is not gonna die. We know who's not gonna die because they show up later, and then they die. Yeah, we know.
We never saw Vader in the trailer.
Yeah, I mean he's implied. Yeah, exactly.
Never see Obi-Wan ignite a lightsaber. They did not show too much.
No, we didn't see Darth Maul either.
To me, this felt like this is probably mostly the first episode. Yeah, we didn't see Darth.
Yeah. I think
probably mostly the first.
Yeah, I saw a meme. It's like, what was it? Like the Titan with the carrying the Earth on its back.
Yeah,
and it's like the Star Wars universe is the Earth. Tatooine is the Titan carrying it, because it's always Tatooine, and it's like it's fine, right? It's like Tatooine is like a garbage planet, but like a lot of stuff happened there that affects the entire galaxy. So, I don't care.
I think I would say Tatooine and Endor are probably two, like, very, very, very profound locations, like, in Star Wars.
I want them to explore Yavin 4 with the ruins of that temple.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I agree with you. Like, probably what we saw in this trailer, it's from the first episode. Man, the makeup on Owen Lars, he looks really good. He looks like the original actor, man. That was in the real movie, and then came back on episode 2.
It's cool because it was Joel Edgerton in the prequels. The coolest part. So like, bring him back, but still trying to blend him with, like you're saying, like from the New Hope stuff. Like, cool. And just that one shot, like clearly somebody's being hung, whether that's by the force or someone's literally on a
Yeah.
galley,
Or
dude.
or
Like
or
it's
or at least like force lifted or something, right?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Either like force lifted or
Yeah.
like this show's gonna be serious, man.
Yeah.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. I want to see this on a big screen. I don't want this on my TV. I want to rent out a movie theater and see
I want a
the
Blu-ray of
rematch
this.
of the century, dude.
I want a Blu-ray of this. I don't
I
want
know.
yeah. That I can
I want
just
to
watch
stream it.
anytime, yeah. I'm super excited. Super, super excited.
Yeah,
It's Obi-Wan, bro. Come on. It's like it's I'm so
that's the
excited, man.
boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we can move along because we still have a bunch of stuff to talk about. So we'll talk more Obi-Wan as more info keeps trickling down. So all right. Well, Apple had an event. Just real quick. Things of note is that Apple's the iMac Studio or Mac Studio as they call it. It was watching the event. I told you this is a 10K system. Meaning cost $10,000, and that's exactly what the bundle's going for. That was like what 10,300, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But you can get the base Mac Studio, which I think is an amazing, amazing computer for $2,000, man.
Yeah.
It's a great, great deal. And for the specs that the monitor that the display has for 1,500, if you're doing video editing,
Yeah.
that's a gift, bro. Like
Yeah.
think about it. For $3,500, you can have basically like a studio grade system.
Absolutely.
And people don't see it like that. It's like, oh, it's so expensive, but it's not for you, right? Are you making
No.
4K content? Are you editing half hour 51 hour videos? No, you're just using your phone for TikTok. That's all
Ooh.
you need, right? Do you need a phone? You need a phone for
Shots
Tik.
fired.
You need a phone for TikTok. You don't need this computer. That's all you need. Um, I think it's a great device. Honestly, I was very, very impressed. The specs that they're showing are like, I don't want to say they're exaggerated, right? Because I think when it comes to the M1 stuff, like Apple really knocked it out of the park. And yeah, I'm impressed. Honestly, like if instead of buying another computer or building another PC, like I told you, it's like I would get a Mac Mini, honestly, because
Well, that's just it. Like the Mac Minis now, if anything, seem cooler because the studio, like you understand, it's kind of a hybrid, right? It's like it's kind of between your Mac Mini and then your
the
Mac Pro,
Pro.
like desktop, like
Hmm.
model. So if that's the case, like the Mac Mini is still a great deal. For with its M1 capabilities, I would obviously argue people to go newer, right, with what they're doing here. It's just
Yeah.
phenomenal. Um, but like your point a bit, like this is a studio. They're being very clear in the title, the Mac Studio. They've never done something like this, but they're making it extremely clear who they want the consumer to be, and that is a business grade professional designer type
Yep.
roles. And so this is not for like you're saying, Nona trying to open up her Facebook.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
this
Yeah.
this ain't it. And that's fine. They've got a product for you, which is an iPad or you're saying your phone or
A very
whatever.
good iPad that they announced yesterday too. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, they said that they're gonna talk Mac Pro later. Mac Pro still has Intel chip on it. And it's
They're getting
still
away
like,
from that.
oh yeah, they're 100% getting away from all Intel. And it's still like $6,000, right, for Mac Pro. Let me see. Mac Pro base, yeah, 59.99. It's yikes.
That's
That's yeah.
that's a pretty penny.
Yep. Honestly, like if, but and they still have that other crazy display, right? That's like $1 million. It's $500 for the stand, right? Was it 500 or a thousand
Yeah.
dollars for the stand? Something like that.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
crazy.
some crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bonkers. But yeah, pretty good stuff from Apple. Also, pretty good stuff from PlayStation. We had a surprise state of play yesterday, and we had a couple of really cool reveals. So I think that game from Capcom, Exoprimal, that was that game that got announced when the PS5 was announced. That was called like I forgot the name of it. It's like a space thing. I remember the trailer, but I don't remember the name. I think this game evolved into something else and just went with it. I called it Dinosaur May Cry because it's basically there's dinosaurs and exosuits. It looked cool. I mean, I'll play it. Probably not gonna pre-order, but if I see it cheap, I'll probably play it. It looks cool. Yeah. So Exoprimal from Capcom coming out. That is confirmed to be PlayStation, Xbox, and PC coming out next year. They announced some DLC for Returnal with it's free DLC expansion, and they're adding co-op. So native co-op being added to Returnal. We had a quick update one with from Ghostwire Tokyo that comes out in a couple weeks. That game still looks pretty good. I'm interested. Forspoken, we saw a new trailer. It looks amazing, and it got delayed, which is great because I want this game, and I have a backlog, so I'm glad it got delayed to October 25th. It was coming out in May, so I'm glad this getting delayed. We saw another trailer for Stranger of Paradise, which I kind of want to play too. At this point, this game comes out in 2 weeks. I mean,
No time.
I'm gonna have to take a rain check on that and
You're still playing Horizon.
I'm not even like 15 hours into Horizon yet. So, they have a Gundam hero shooter, Gundam Evolution. That looks pretty good. That looks like a lot of fun. If I'm not wrong, this game already came out in Japan, and it's doing pretty well. So it's coming out over here later this year.
Free to play.
Yeah, it's a hero shooter. Yeah. So got Gigabash. Not much to say there, honestly. Two decent announcements from Square Enix. We have a new game or new IP called the Dio Field Chronicle, and it's a technical RPG, kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics meets Fire Emblem, kinda. Not my cup of tea, but some people are interested in that. And a new Valkyrie game. So we haven't seen one of these guys in in a long time. I want to say PS2, honestly. So Valkyrie Elysium coming out. Kind of looks like a PS3 game running at a decent frame rate, but maybe. Honestly, maybe this game was supposed to be a PS3 game and they just shelved it. And I was like, hey, we can actually have this game run decent now. So,
oh yeah,
that's probably
especially that it is a PS4, PS5 title. Like,
yeah,
clearly,
yeah. I think this game probably was a PS3 game that got shelved, and then they found an opportunity to release it. But Joel, my game of the show.
Oh, I know what it is. Go for it, man. The floor is
yours.
It's
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga collection.
Cowabunga.
It's 13 games, Joel. It has everything. Everything. And I'm so happy. Check it out, right? 2 weeks ago, I was looking at the arcade one-ups. I was like, man, it's like $500 for a TMNT arcade one-up. And I was thinking, I was like, I really do wish they could do a collection with like the arcade games that you can play on the Switch or whatever. And then they come out and they deliver. Not only that, but holy crap, dude! Like, this is everything, and I am so excited. I'm so excited. So you get both TMNT arcade games. You get 1, 2, and 3 for the NES. You get Turtles in Time for Super NES. So you get two Turtles in Time. So you get the arcade version and the Super NES version, which are very different games. You got Hyperstone Heist that came out for the Genesis, and you have the 3 Game Boy games. In addition to that, you get all the tournament fighters. You get the one for the NES, which is a very rare NES games. Is one of the more expensive NES games. If you're a games collector, you know that game is like highly sought after because they were like, it was only released in the US, I think, and or North America, and then there was very limited copies produced. It was very late. It was like a 1994 game, came out for the NES, so it was very, very late. And it has the Genesis version, which is probably one of the worst games that I've ever played. But it has a Super Nintendo version, which is very good. So I am very excited. It's coming out this year, so I'm gonna get this day one, and I'm gonna get the new one, the Shredder's Revenge, when it comes out when it comes out this year. So TMNT's back, and
Obed and his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I was so happy. Look at this
They're
guy.
back.
Look at that guy smiling back there. Oh yeah, man.
That's a smirk.
Yeah, buddy. I am very excited because it was about time. And who's publishing this game, Joel? Konami.
Oh,
Konami, man.
Back to our free guy.
But Digital Eclipse is developing the game, right? And Konami is publishing. So someone at Konami is paying attention. I think what it is that those Castlevania collections that they released, because they released 2 different ones for Castlevania, and then they released a Contra collection. I think those collections have been doing really well for them. So they probably got together with Nickelodeon and it's like, hey, we got all this stuff that was very popular back in the day, and Nickelodeon just said yes. Like come on, dude. It's like no brainer. It's like this is the most popular game. Like the original TMNT game, the NES one, the really hard one. That game basically saved the NES in Europe. And the arcade games, like, there was nothing like it back in the like there's been a very few times when I see a game for the first time, right? There's no surprises anymore because you see everything on YouTube, right? And then or they released a video or a trailer, and you buy the game, but there's no surprises anymore. One day, I remember back in 1990, I went with my aunt she was going shopping. I was like, oh, I'll go with you. And I stopped by the arcade, bro. And I saw this thing. And I was like on my TMNT, like high, like peak fandom. And I remember that this is one of the times that I was just speechless. And to this day, I think about it. and I feel so nostalgic for this game that there's no going around it. I even bought. So here's the story, right? I bought the second TMNT game that came out for PS2, and I bought it just because it had the arcade version. Little did I know that Konami had lost the rights to the music for the game, and they changed the music. And I played it for one level and I turned it off. And I was so upset. Wow.
Just because they changed the music?
No. Because the music that they showed on the trailer is the music from the game, from the arcade game, yeah. So the same thing with the arcade one-ups. Whatever happened, I really don't know what happened. It's very interesting. It had to be like a publishing right or something. I know what it was. It was some of the music that was done for this game was done by Saban back in the day before they jumped into like Power Rangers and stuff. And I think they owned the music to the the Ninja Turtles like music kind of like catalog.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it was. And then when Nickelodeon when Saban basically got dissolved and they started selling everything, Nickelodeon bought all those rights back when they bought TMNT. Yeah. But no, yeah, we're good. We're good. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so happy, dude. Oh man. Yeah.
The show stealer.
Yep. Game of the show. Close it up.
Oh man.
No going around it. No, I'm looking forward to this and Revenge of Shredders or Shredder's Revenge, whatever it's called. I'm super excited for this. All right, let's end with a couple of downers.
Oh no.
Couple of downers here. So we have our first huge dud for the PS5, and mind-boggling to me as a Platinum Games fan. Babylon's Fall came out. I didn't even know the game came out.
Forgettable.
Published by Square Enix, dude.
Which is crazy,
right?
Because they're pretty solid.
Oh, they tried to bury it. They knew it was bad.
Man.
So they probably said, hey, this game's ready. When are we launching? When does Elden Ring come out? This day. Release the same day. That way no one will know.
Theories, conspiracy theories.
It's sitting.
Hype game.
Oh my goodness. Where's let me look at Metacritic right now, because I know that there's a few other outlets reviewed it. So let me see.
Getting the numbers.
Where we at?
We fact check live on the show, guys. Fact checking live on the show.
I would rather fact check on the show than give you guys wrong information. We are not about those fake news people. So we will not share the news that Kathleen Kennedy is in the background sabotaging Obi-Wan. No, we don't deal with that.
No, that's
like Mike Zero can deal with that. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Let's see. Babylon's Fall Metacritic. It's sitting at 40 Metacritic, 2.3 user score. Crazy. This game's a PlayStation 5 exclusive. First dud, Joel. It's mostly all negative reviews saying that the game is just repetitive, boring. It looks like a PS3 game. A lot of negativity surrounded. What happened, Joel? What do you think happened?
That's the question I was going to ask you, because I feel like there's no real reason why would Square Enix put together a game like this, knowing that they've had plenty of time. I mean, think about it, dude. Like, all the exclusive stuff coming out for PS5, most of it has been delayed, right? Like last year, we didn't really get anything because they just delayed stuff for that very reason. Like, it's just not good, it's not polished, whatever. I don't know what the deal was for a game like this that clearly had plenty of time to be put together. It just seems like it probably was just bad from the beginning. If you had to ask me, like, probably was doomed from the beginning. There's probably a lot of things that happened. I don't think it was. If it looks like a PS3 game, I don't think it was ever really being taken that serious. Then
I really don't know what happened, man. Because the first time we saw this game, it looked really good, and then we didn't hear anything for a long time. And then the next time we saw the game, they had changed the art style.
Yeah.
And true. I was like, what? And it looked terrible. I was like, wow, what's happening here? I don't know. And I just don't know what happened, man. Like, Platinum's super weird, right? But when you think about it, it's like, what's Platinum doing right now? They're doing Bayonetta 3, right? And that's one of their teams, which is like the what I call Team A that does their like good stuff. But even back then, right? Even back when in the PS3 days, with like when they did like Metal Gear Rising, and they did have two bad games. So it was that Legend of Korra game that was bad, and the other Ninja Turtles game that they did was bad.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, dude, a Ninja Turtles game by Platinum, and I heard about it. I was like, no, it's gonna be awesome. And then reviews came out, and everyone hated it. I was like, I'm not gonna buy it.
Protest.
like I don't know what's going on in Platinum, because then you get Nier, right, and like Automata is like freaking
Yeah,
masterpiece, right? But then, but then you get this, like I really, it's super. I mean, you can't win all of them, right? I understand
that's
that.
true. Yep,
You
that's
know,
true.
I understand that. Games are small miracles, as I say.
Yeah,
Nowadays, but I just really don't know. I just really don't know what happened. What's going on Platinum, and then uh they're like wanting, they're saying it's like, oh yeah, so like if someone wants to buy us, they can come and buy us. I don't know, because they're still an independent uh developer, and most of the games are published by other companies. But even like that Transformers game that they did was excellent. Devastation was so good,
yeah, yep. I
and
played that one.
yeah, that Transformers Devastation was excellent, and they basically it's Transformers Bayonetta, and it's so good. I don't know. Um, Something must have happened, right? When they changed the art style, that means that something happened. Um, we know that one of their game directors, I think it was the guy that directed Bayonetta 2, was in Platinum. He left. I think it was at Capcom before, but he left Platinum and went to Capcom, and he's the design director for Street Fighter 6. So I something's happening at Platinum. Um, I'm scared because I really love the game. Astral Chain for the Switch, dude. That game's awesome. That game is so good. That game is like a hidden gem for the Switch, because everyone talks Mario and Zelda, but that game is like top notch. That game is really,
Hmm.
really good.
You guys
Um,
want a hidden gem on Switch? There you go.
yeah, Astral Chain, really good. I really don't know. It's crazy, and then how they buried it with releasing it the same day as Elden Ring, and it's like, oh yeah, it's like we're gonna go ahead and release you, and no one's gonna even know. So, um, uh, we'll keep checking up on Platinum's well being. We're doing a wellness check on Platinum later on, and we'll see what's up. I guess when Bayonetta 3 comes out, we can hope that they can turn it around by then. Another downer that we have, Joe. So there's an article in Kotaku saying that in the 20 years that the Xbox has been out, they've only sold 2.3 million Xboxes in Japan in 20 years.
It's crazy.
With the Switch sells that in Japan in like a month. Come on.
Like if you're in Japan, Xbox is just very rare. Like it's
It's
just not.
it's
It's
crazy.
not. No one really. Yeah.
Yeah, but
There's not an appealing to the audience, and there's a huge gaming audience out there. So
yeah, yeah. Well, I
yeah,
think that a lot of the audience that would go for an Xbox have a PC in Japan.
that's true. That's
Like,
that's a good point.
because PC in the last, I want to say, 10 years over in Japan, it wasn't big, right? But when I want to say like around like the couple years before the PS4 came out,
Mm,
the later years of the PS3, um, a lot of Japanese gamers actually started transitioning to PC. So that would take a hit, Xbox would
yeah.
take a hit from that. But they do have the numbers, and it's very interesting. So the original Xbox was 472,992 units. The Xbox 360 was 1,616,128 units. Xbox One, the drop, 114,831.
Oh my goodness, a tenth.
That's a tenth of what the previous one sold.
Wow.
Yep. And the
Whew.
Series S X 142,000.
Which I mean,
24.
it's early in its life
Yeah,
cycle.
early life cycle. They've already sold or even
Surpassed.
surpassed the Xbox One.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Series X, Series S, phenomenal. Great job, Microsoft.
Yep.
Honestly,
Yep. It's crazy. And I know that the Japanese market has been shifting for the last 10 years.
that's a good point. Yeah.
There's been a really big shift. We've seen a renaissance with like newer games coming out, and Capcom kind of like fixing their crap, and then Konami just going under basically, and then other studios again like Platinum and Square Enix has done a great job. It's great, right? Because they have that resurgence, and they have a fan base, and people are buying their games. But it's like crazy with the Xbox. It's like no one wants an Xbox. I remember when the Xbox One came out. There was this video going around where they were asking like Japanese kids. It's like, hey, so are you excited about the Xbox One? And it's like, what's an Xbox One? And then another was like, which one would you pick, an Xbox One or an iPad? An iPad? It's like,
well, yeah.
yeah. And
Wow.
like it's crazy, like the how they were not able to get that mindset behind them. And I think that part of the reasoning behind the 360 doing, I guess, okay compared to the other consoles, is that at the beginning of the 360, you had a lot of Japanese exclusives on the 360. You had like was Lost Odyssey and Blue Dragon and all this other games that they partnered with with Japanese developers and put them out there. Not so much with the original Xbox, because the Sega games, with the exception of I think the Panzer Dragoon, Orta, and maybe Jet Set Radio Future, the other games like Shenmue 2, and I'm missing one more. Those came out on Dreamcast in Japan. They didn't come out here, but they came out in Japan. So even with the original Xbox and having that Sega lineup at the beginning when the Xbox launched, that really didn't help. The 360, yeah, we did see a little bit of a of a fan base growing, but then the decline was brutal, man. And a year and a half with the Xbox One, they're doing pretty good. I think they're probably going to end up doing around 600,000, which is still not good, but
they're climbing back up.
But
they're restoring the name.
Yeah, there's some mindset now. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, we'll see. We'll see where Japanese gaming goes. We'll see where all these consoles go in Japan. But yeah, the Switch is just dominating, dude. The Switch is just doing so well in Japan. In Japan being like, because the Vita did really well there, and the PSP was phenomenal. Like all handhelds do really well over there. And that's not even considering that some handhelds that they had, like the Wonder Swan and the Neo Geo Pocket Color. Well, the Neo Geo Pocket Color came out here, but it was very, very small. But it was very, very popular over there. But the Wonder Swan and all those other consoles, handhelds that never came over here, and they all did well. So I don't know. It's where the Switch is such a great little machine, man. Like you can
fantastic.
say what you want about the graphics and frame rate and whatnot, and Pokemon looks like a PS2 game, and it's people don't care. They're still gonna play their Switch. That's it. More than likely next year, based on rumors, we'll see something. So yeah, that's what I got. I just did a quick scrub on news.
I do got one other thing.
Okay,
you got something?
Yeah. No, yeah, because I got the Advance Wars remake that was coming out for the Switch got delayed indefinitely because of what's going on right now. Yeah.
Wow.
The game was coming out in like 2 weeks. So so delayed indefinitely.
2 weeks. We don't know when.
Yeah, man.
Gotham Knights got
Go-
moved October 25th. I
it
want to say
finally got
those.
a date. Yeah,
Yep,
October 25th. Yeah.
October
So it came
25th.
out the game same day as Forspoken. So we got options.
Yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
that that one I'm looking forward to. I mean, just
Oh, good.
seems nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of DC and speaking of delays, let's briefly talk about the films that got
I
moved
saw
around
that. I saw that. Yeah.
because okay, so you got two movies that got shifted and four movies that got shifted really. You got Aquaman 2 that was moved from December of 2022 now to March 17th, 2023. Black Adam pushed from July 2022 to October 21st, 2022. So same year, but it's just moved from summer now to fall. Flash got moved from the fall of November 2022 to June 2023. June 23rd specifically.
Wow.
Obed. We also got Shazam got moved from December 16th instead to mid 2023. Not an exact date as far as I can see.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, other movies, non DC movies also got moved around. So it wasn't just DC movies. There's like the Meg sequel and the Willy Wonka movie got moved. But
Okay.
no, I bring it up because you know I was talking about obviously at the beginning of the episode about the Batman and how like so when the movie starts, before it starts, they had that you've seen on YouTube that one that was going around the hype trailer that they put together. That's the world needs heroes, right? That it gave us quick clips from Black Adam and the Flash and whatever that special short that they put together. They played that before the Batman started, and leads into DC films coming 2022. Like, look forward to if you like the Batman, like we've got these other movies coming out this year.
Yep.
Pretty cool. You know how usually Obed with Aquaman and Wonder Woman 2, and I can't remember if Shazam or the other ones had too, but they had that Worlds of DC intro where like it has kind of like how Marvel has their Marvel Studios intro that you get where it shows all the flashes, the comics and the movies, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this one with them, they usually have the worlds. They did not have that at all. But they took the Worlds of DC completely out of the intro and
They
just
still
jumped
haven't
straight.
figured out branding.
Right, they took out their branding thing and just jumped straight to literally across screen the Batman in red. So there's no, that's not trying to spoil, but yeah, there was no Worlds of DC, and so
Weird.
I say this to say like that of all the things from the take away that made sense because you think like this could be Earth 2 and this could be Earth 3, like that was kind of like the idea, right? Like you can still have your Flash movie where Ben Affleck's gonna be Batman and doesn't infringe on this because it's different worlds of DC. And so for them to take that away was a very bizarre move. I don't really understand. And then you get these delays, and it's like, okay, you got basically the Shazam worlds, right? Shazamverse, whatever they're doing there, that's clearly connected, right? So your Black Adam and your Shazam movie coming out this year. That's cool. At least we still get 2 movies this year, but that's a long time for the Flash. I joked a long time about that movie's not real till it comes out. Then I took it back as we finally got a trailer, looked good, and here we are again talking yet again, Obed, about this movie now coming out June of 2023.
That's a big delay. And it's real. Like Michael Keaton's out there talking about it. So
yeah, no, it's coming. It's coming. It's just so crazy, man. I feel like we started the podcast talking about this movie.
I know,
and it's still not here.
Also, a quick update for Mario Day. They did announce that the Super Nintendo World in Universal Studios Hollywood is opening next year. So have you seen construction of the one here? Like pictures?
No.
Okay. Like you can see the layout. Like you can already see the layout based on, the video and pictures that I've seen from Japan. It's basically the same layout. So there's rumors, Joe, I don't know if you've heard, that they're going to try and finish that land first and open it before the rest of the park because of the band.
I mean, they would make money.
Yeah.
They would make money just for that land.
Yeah. So that's pretty interesting. But the one here is still scheduled for 2025, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yep.
Epic Universe and all that. Yeah.
Yep. So we shall see. Cool stuff. Very excited. Tons of stuff happening. Tons of stuff happening that we love. So yeah. Hopefully next week we'll have a few more updates and a few more things get announced, and we'll keep putting out, I guess, quality content for your
I
ears,
guess.
for your ears to enjoy on your drive. Safe for the
Yeah.
little ears in the back seat.
Hey, we might just take that one.
I stole that
Yep, that's okay.
from
That is
a
very
local
original.
radio station that I only put on during Christmas.
A little bit. It's very original. It's very original. A little bit.
Yeah,
Very original.
but
Obit's favorite
look,
song is "Christmas Shoes." I
yeah,
know.
no, no,
Um,
oh my gosh,
all
Christmas
right.
shoes. Yeah, only
I
yeah.
had
You know what, bro? I've had like two Christmases without having to listen to that song, and it's
Oh,
great.
it's the best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
That's
that one, and then
I can't do it.
Uh, it's that one, and the other one that really like ticked me off was like One Last Christmas. It was like, thank you
Oh yes.
for reminding me of death. You know,
Right. The happiest time of year. Let's take you to the darkest corners.
I know. I
That'll
didn't know.
make you feel better.
I didn't know that there was a Christmas shoes parody that SNL did
Oh
with Paul
yeah.
Rudd. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It was
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
good.
I've
Yeah,
seen it. Oh.
it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yep,
Well,
good stuff.
enough about Christmas in March.
Yep, Christmas in March. It's
Ha-
dude, I was playing with my daughter. I was playing my
yeah.
we have friends come over the
Sure.
weekend, and they brought my daughter a Mario Monopoly. So I was playing with her.
Nice.
I was playing with her, and it's like, and then out of nowhere, it's like it's the most wonderful time of the year comes out on TV, like on a commercial. It's a commercial for Claritin for the allergy pills, and my daughter's like confused. You can see the confusion on her face.
It's
It's
just like
like it's not Christmas. I was like, I don't know. Well, and here we are talking about Christmas in March.
what about Christmas? What's going on, man?
Joel,
I don't
wrap it
know.
up, man.
Uh, well, happy Mario Day, everybody. Just want to make sure I wrap it with that. We really encourage you guys to stay connected, following us, stay subscribed to our podcast platforms of your choice: iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Spotify, Amazon Music. Find us on these platforms and subscribe. Also, subscribe to our video version on our YouTube channel. You could follow us there and like the videos, comment, share them with your friends and family. We'd really appreciate that. Also, we invite you to stay connected with us on our social media. If you're watching right now, the video version right below us, you'll see the graphic showing all the different channels we're on. You can go ahead and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at No Load Time. That's at No Load Time. Also, we are on Twitch, so No Load Time altogether on Twitch. Thanks for the people in the Twitch chat today. We really appreciate y'all. Make sure you follow. Make sure you share with your friends and family. We appreciate you. And we also, last but not least, invite you to send your feedback. Send an email to noloadtime@gmail.com. That's noloadtime@gmail.com. Questions, comments. We may, just might, discuss your comment or your question on an upcoming episode if you send it in. So make sure to send those on in. Thank you all again very much, and we look forward to being with you on our next episode. Merry Christmas, Obit.
Thanks, Joel. Thank you guys. Stay safe. We'll see you again next time.